A cliffhanger battle with Selene leaves Kael and Lyra barely escaping, while Thorne and Seraphine regroup. Alaric's shadow looms over the heroes. Subscribe to Turmoil Studio to follow the adventure. The wind tore through the jagged cliffside, howling like a wild beast, carrying dust and pebbles into Kael's eyes as he sprinted along the narrow ledge. His boots skidded on loose stone, forcing him to adjust constantly. One misstep promising death into the yawning chasm below. Behind him, Lyra's breath came in short, sharp bursts, bow strung taut, arrows crackling faintly with wind-charged energy. She fired without pause, each shot aimed at the shadow constructs slinking through the mist, shapes morphing and twisting, following every hero's move like predatory wraiths. Riven thundered behind, fists igniting with controlled lightning. He slammed his palms into the cliff face, sending shockwaves across the jagged rocks, breaking loose stones that tumbled into the abyss, taking some of the pursuing shadows with them. Every movement required precision. One miscalculated strike could collapse part of the cliffside and send one of his teammates plunging. He clenched his jaw, forcing exhaustion and the raw urge to unleash full power into controlled bursts. Seraphine glided between the heroes, aura flaring golden, stabilizing the treacherous ledges beneath their feet. Her pulse hummed in rhythm with her breathing, each beat radiating into the rocks and air around them, warding off small collapses and guiding the team along the safest path. "Steady, keep your footing, trust the tether," she called, voice cutting through the roaring wind, a beacon of calm amid chaos. Thorne darted across the cliffside, dual blades spinning with surgical precision, slicing ropes, vines, and obstacles that threatened to topple the group. He anticipated Selene's tricks, shadow illusions, sudden collapses, hitting constructs, and intercepted them before they could destabilize the team. "Lyra, cover the ridge!" "Kael, on my mark, dodge left," he shouted, eyes sharp, mind calculating angles and timing with every step. Kael's gaze swept constantly, searching for the enemy among the mist. Each step required precise calculation: weight, momentum, terrain, and threat. Shadows lunged from the fog, some in Selene's shape, others grotesque reflections of the beast's previous form. He struck, parried, ducked, and spun with fluid precision, each motion a memory of the lessons from the town defense and the beast chase. He remembered the villagers' terrified faces, the way Lyra's arrows had pierced the beast's flank, and how Riven's shockwave had saved him from falling debris. Each flash of memory sharpened his focus, pushing him forward. Lyra fired again, letting arrows fly in rapid succession. One shadow dissolved, another split into three, forcing her to adapt mid-stride. Her arms ached, fingers trembling, but she refused to stop. No mistakes. Not now. She remembered the beast lunging at the town, the chaos she had helped control, and drew courage from that victory. Each arrow was a promise. She would not let her teammates fall. Riven's next shockwave reverberated, scattering multiple constructs, sending loose rocks tumbling into the abyss below. The cliffs shuddered slightly, reminding the team of the terrain's danger. Seraphine's aura flared, stabilizing the ledge beneath Kael's boots and the rope bridge ahead. Thorne sliced another frayed rope, redirecting tension, ensuring the bridge could hold the group. The mist thickened. Illusions, splitting pathways, creating false ledges, hiding pitfalls. Selene's laughter echoed from everywhere and nowhere. Her shadow constructs moved unpredictably, attacking from angles the heroes could not always anticipate. Every step was a gamble, every strike measured against the risk of losing footing or falling prey to a trap. Kael's mind raced, recalling past tactical failures and small victories alike. He adjusted his stance, parried a sudden strike from a shadow construct disguised as Lyra, and drove forward with a strike that shattered it into smoke. Lyra fired two more arrows, taking down constructs lunging from behind. Riven's fist slammed down, sending lightning arcs into the rocks, breaking multiple shadow forms at once. Seraphine's aura flared again, stabilizing both terrain and team. Thorne leapt, slicing the ropes of dangling vines that threatened to ensnare them. The rope bridge stretched before them, suspended over the abyss, its ropes frayed, planks uneven, swaying violently in the wind. Kael stepped first, feeling each plank shift beneath his weight. Lyra followed, releasing arrows at shadows, attempting to disrupt their footing. Riven slammed his fist into the bridge support, sending vibrations that temporarily stabilized the swaying structure. Seraphine's aura reinforced the ropes, her focus absolute. Thorne adjusted his stance, slicing vines threatening to swing into the hero's path. A shadow lunged from below, taking the shape of Selene herself. Lyra's arrow grazed it, forcing it to retreat, but Kael stumbled as the bridge groaned ominously. Riven slammed his fist against a support beam, shockwaves scattering debris, but the bridge swayed dangerously. Seraphine's aura pulsed again, stabilizing the fragile rope. Thorne sliced another vine mid-air, ensuring no additional strain would snap the bridge. Kael's heart pounded, thoughts racing. This is nothing like the town. The beast. Selene. Shadows everywhere. We can't fail here. He adjusted his footing, sliding slightly to maintain balance, striking at a shadow construct, lunging at Lyra. Sparks erupted as blade met shadow, dissipating it into the mist. Lyra fired again, then leapt over a broken plank, landing on stable rope. Riven slammed forward, sending lightning through multiple planks to prevent further collapse. Seraphine's aura flared, stabilizing the edges of the bridge just enough to allow safe passage. The mist thickened further, swirling like a living thing. Shadows flickered and multiplied, forcing the team into constant micro-adjustments. Every step was fraught with danger. One misstep could mean plummeting into the abyss. Selene's laughter echoed again, chilling and omnipresent. Each hero's mind raced. Kael strategized. Lyra aimed. Riven controlled energy. Seraphine reinforced. Thorne orchestrated. They moved as one organism. Instincts synced through countless battles and shared danger. The rope bridge creaked loudly under the team's weight, a warning that any moment could trigger catastrophe. Kael led, carefully adjusting each step, parrying shadow strikes mid-motion. Lyra's arrows flew without pause. Riven's fist slammed repeatedly. Seraphine's aura pulsed rhythmically, and Thorne sliced constantly, redirecting threats and keeping the team on a survivable path. Then, without warning, a massive shadow surged from the mist, a construct shaped like the serpent they had driven from the town. It lunged upward, striking the rope bridge. Kael barely rolled to avoid it, thrusting his sword into the construct, which disintegrated into black smoke. Lyra fired an arrow mid-roll, striking another construct appearing on the bridge. Riven slammed his fist together, shockwaves shattering a plank beneath the shadow without harming the team. Seraphine's aura flared wider, stabilizing ropes and ledges. Thorne's dual blades sliced through vines, whipping at them from the mist. Every heartbeat was loud in Kael's ears, every step a calculation. Sweat and wind stung his eyes. His mind recalled the beast in the town, the coordination it had taken to repel it. He leaned on those memories, pushing forward, trusting his team implicitly. Lyra mirrored him, firing relentlessly, adjusting aim with trembling hands. Riven gritted his teeth, channeling just enough energy to stabilize the bridge. Seraphine focused on maintaining her aura, her own body trembling from the exertion. Thorne calculated angles and force, micromanaging the movement of everyone simultaneously. As they neared the end of the rope bridge, the final obstacle emerged. A shadow Selene construct slashing across the width of the path, ropes beginning to snap under strain. Kael moved instantly, blocking with his sword, deflecting the strike. Lyra leapt, firing 2 arrows in succession, one grazing Selene's form, forcing her back into the mist. Riven slammed down, sending shockwave to the remaining planks, stabilizing them long enough for all heroes to sprint off the bridge. Seraphine's aura flared brightly, reinforcing the cliffside just as the ropes began to fray beyond repair. Thorne slashed the last rogue vine, clearing the path completely. They reached solid ground, collapsing briefly, chests heaving, faces streaked with dirt and sweat. The mist swirled below, concealing the abyss and the destroyed rope bridge. Selene's laughter echoed faintly, carried on the wind. The heroes exchanged glances, unspoken understanding passing between them. The immediate danger had passed, but far greater threats awaited. Above, the skyward guardian circled, wings casting shadows over the cliff. Its presence was neutral yet imposing, a silent observer of the heroes' actions. Arendor's glow flickered faintly in the distance, tether pulsing, a reminder that hope was fragile and every choice mattered. Kael stood first, sheathing his sword slowly. "We've made it. For now," he said, voice steady but tinged with tension. "But this is just the beginning. Every step forward, we must be sharper. Every mistake could be our last." Lyra adjusted her stance, knocking another arrow, eyes scanning the mist. Riven's fist still crackled faintly with residual energy. Seraphine's aura pulsed gently. Thorne's gaze swept the horizon, blades ready. The rope bridge lay destroyed, the cliffside scarred, shadows lingering in the swirling mist. And from the swirling gray above, the skyward guardian watched silently. Beyond the cliffs, beyond the mist, Selene and the shadow forces prepared their next move. The heroes had survived the pursuit, but the ultimate test awaited, waiting just over the next horizon as the eclipse grew patient, observant, foreboding.